Alright, so here we have giant groper number 3. I have just put him in the shark tank recently, and he looks to be settling in very, very well. We got this guy as a tiny little baby, and he's grown and grown and grown. So we decided to put him in the shark tank because he's getting too big for our 8-foot tanks that we had him in, and all is well. So I was a little bit concerned putting him in because there was a possibility of the shark eating him, but it would appear that he has bucked that trend and he has settled in okay. Now, in the past, I had another giant groper, which I got a little bit smaller than this fella. Oh, so bigger, a little bit bigger than this fella. And it grew into a 4-foot monster. It pretty much made that shark look small because its girth was so massive. It made that mangrove jack look like a guppy. But the big fat bastard went and got himself caught in here, and he damaged himself, and we did end up losing him. Then I got another one, and he was once again probably a little bit bigger than this one. And he grew up and he grew up and he grew up and he grew into a big massive monster as well, probably over 4 foot. Monstrous fish, until he decided to eat what I believe to be was a wobbegong shark, and then he couldn't process it properly and we lost him. They are the fastest growing fish ever. So if you know a fish that grows faster than a giant groper, I'll be very surprised. They are by far the fastest growing fish that I've had anything to do with. They're like an Oscar on absolute steroids. So I've had these fish, I put them in this tank about 30 centimeters long. Within a year, they're 4 foot. Monstrous, monstrous growing fish and monstrous eaters. They eat for Australia. And one time we were doing a shark feeding show, and there was heaps of kids in the shop, like 100 kids in the shop, 100 people. And one of the kids had used the tongs and put some food in for the shark, and one of the black tip sharks came to the top. And when the groper was massive, it came up and it went to go for the food, and it hit the shark in the head so bad, it made the most massive explosion, and the shark rolled off down the bottom, and everyone freaked out saying, "Oh no, the shark's dead." And I was going, no, he'll be right. Yeah, he'll be right. He wasn't all right at all. He was dead. Anyway, so tell us what you think of my new giant groper.